Hey Canucks fans, Patrick Allvin and Rick Tocchet met with the media today, and I'm going to give you my predictions for the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. First and foremost, 2 days after the Canucks players met with the media, it was management and coaching. It was their turn. No president of hockey operations, no Jim Rutherford, and some people were thought that he should have been there. Others point to the fact that he said that he was talking to the media too much and he really needed to allow Patrick Allvin to kind of take some of these responsibilities. So Allvin did. And I'm going to say this. I can talk about Allvin. Let's talk about this first. The absence of Rutherford, I think there were a couple questions where he would have been better suited to answer, i.e. what's the state of the practice rink, for instance, that they've been talking about, a new practice facility. Questions like that. But generally, they're mostly hockey related questions as opposed to roster and contracts and playing style, as opposed to general business decisions. So overall, it wasn't a big loss that Rutherford was there. Although, if he was there, would have spread the questions out a little bit more. But then we probably wouldn't have heard as much from Allvin and Tocchet. So let's talk about what we actually did here with Patrick Allvin. I thought he was good. This is the best that I've heard him. This is the most comfortable that I've seen him in front of the media, maybe simply getting more used to it. He was actually cracking jokes. He cracked a joke about the possibility of trading JT Miller. He said, well, Wayne Gretzky got traded, didn't he? And another time when he was talking about Ethan Bear and the contract negotiations with him, he basically said something to the effect of, I don't know if he deserves a raise. And then he smiled. So obviously he wouldn't say something like that if he wasn't in a good spot with Ethan Bear and the contract negotiation. So maybe that's already hinting that they're quickly coming to terms with Bear. But two small examples of how, to me, Patrick Allvin seemed much more comfortable, joking, relaxed, obviously not happy where the club is, and he was able to express that, but at least he was able to at least smile a couple times. Now, he was still evasive. I know a lot of people think that Patrick Allvin, when he talks, he doesn't say a lot. And you can kind of understand why. He's not going to talk about contract negotiations. He's not going to talk about trades. He's not going to talk about injuries, at least to the level of detail that the media wants and certainly that we fans want. So I thought he did just fine. A few things that stood out to me. He talked about Elias Pettersson. Actually, here's another joking thing where I think the reporter says, we heard 4 words. I like it here. That's what PD said on Saturday about liking Vancouver. And then Patrick Allvin joked around saying, well, I've heard a lot more than 4 words. And he spoke to his hope that he will be able to sign Pettersson to a long-term contract, maybe as early as this summer. Allvin also talked about the fact that they're, yes, not happy where they are on the outside looking in, but he divided the season into 2 parts, basically pre and post Tocchet, and how he was very happy that the team, the whole organization, not just the team, but the whole organization seems a lot more aligned right now. Vancouver to Abbotsford in terms of management, coaching staff, players, young guys having a chance to come up and to show who they are. Wasn't too committal about guys like Pearson, Pullman, Dermott, guys that ended up on the injured list, but did speak about the fact that all their exit meetings went really well, and that he's looking forward to, much like the player said, he's looking forward to a much better start to the season when they reconvene in the fall after 4 months off. But he talked about the importance of it being an important summer for many, many different players. He talked about Oliver Ekman-Larsson, the fact that that he's talked to him about having a kind of a different role, more of a supportive role in supporting guys like Quinn Hughes and Philip Hronik. So that I found that interesting. And not completely unrelated to Ekman-Larsson, one thing that Patrick Allvin did say is he's leaning towards not doing any buyout. So any hope of buying out a contract such as OEL, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to happen. And he mentioned that, yeah, that might look good for a year or two, but then it's going to hurt your chances going forward by taking out valuable cap space. So overall, I thought Patrick Allvin did quite well in his part. And Rick Tocchet, he always does well. I've said to many of you that I wasn't sure how refined Tocchet was going to be, how good of a speaker he is, but he was good. He talked about the systems. He talked about buying. He gave praise to his coaches, assistant coaches. He gave praise to PD, Hughes, and Miller, and constantly referred to them as the leadership core. And the one thing he did say is what what does he want to happen for next season? What's one priority? And he said to let that leadership core emerge, evolve, and even take more ownership. I thought that was kind of interesting. He wants his players to have a big summer, wants them to be in much better shape. And both something that him and Patrick Allvin said is third line center is a priority for Tocchet. He doesn't want Pettersson and Miller taking all of the draws all the time. And then from Alvin's standpoint, it was, Neil Zaman, is he good enough to make that step? Can they find a third line center from within, or will they go out and get someone? So overall, I thought it was pretty good. It went for almost an hour. No bombshells, nothing that is going to, set Twitter afire, but a few nuggets here and there, and mixed in with some playfulness. And I thought overall for what they're talking about, a team that failed to miss the playoffs, I thought overall Tocchet and Allvin did a pretty good job of addressing a lot of the questions and a lot of the issues. Maybe not to the extent that many people wanted, but at least they did not run or hide from any questions. I encourage you to go check out the entire media availability. I believe it's on the Canucks Twitter for sure, and likely their YouTube channel as well. Quick note about my live stream tonight. So I got Canucks After Dark with Parker at 10, and then my own show at 11. Last night we had a lot of fun. Through the use of YouTube polls, we predicted all 8 series, and then tonight we're going to we predicted all 15 series, all the way to the end of the playoffs. But then tonight we're going to take all these series, and then we are going to do number of games as well, because I want to fill out a bracket for us as a community and see how well we do. So make sure you join me at 11 p.m. for that. Also, 2 more days to join my pool. It's getting bigger. It's going to be a lot bigger than last year, which is amazing. So if you want to join my confidence pool, it's in the link down below. It's tinyurl.com/CCC 2023 pool. I won't explain it here. I've done that many times already. Click on the link and you'll see what it's all about. Finally, I'm going to quickly give my first round predictions. Would love to hear yours in the chat. So leave your predictions down below for all 8 series. Colorado versus Seattle. I think Seattle gets 1 game, so I'm going Colorado in 5, just too strong. Dallas versus Minnesota. This I debated between 6 and 7. I do think it would be Dallas, and I think Dallas takes this in 6. Then I have Vegas versus Winnipeg. This is the only one that I'm picking going 7 in the West. I know Vegas is certainly the favorite, but there's something about a plucky Winnipeg team that has Connor Hellebuyck. I think they'll take it to the distance. I still think Vegas wins, but in 7 games. And then Edmonton, LA. This is going to be a lot of fun. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I do think Edmonton will prevail, so I'm going Oilers in 6. So once again, Colorado in 5, Dallas in 6, Vegas in 7, Edmonton in 6. On the other side, Boston against Florida. I don't think it's going to be a sweep. I think Florida gets 1, so I'll go Boston in 5. Then I have Tampa and Toronto. You know it's going to go 7 games. It's just got to. But is this the year that Toronto exercises their demons? I say yes. So I'm going Maple Leafs in 7. Carolina versus the Islanders. This is my one big upset. Carolina is a much better team. They finished with a much better record. But I just have a feeling that Sorokin can carry the Islanders past the Hurricanes. It's not going to be easy, but it's possible. So I'm going to go Islanders in 7. And then for the New Jersey Devils against the New York Rangers, very, very exciting series. I'm going Rangers in 6. They're technically the underdog because New Jersey finished higher in the standings. So on the Eastern side, I'm going to sneeze. Boston in 5. Boston in 5. Toronto in 7. Islanders in 7. And Rangers in 6. So I love to hear yours. I'll do it one more time so you can compare and contrast. Colorado in 5, Dallas in 6, Vegas in 7, Edmonton in 6, Boston in 5, Toronto in 7, New York Islanders in 7, New York Rangers in 6. Give me your predictions down below. Also, enjoy the first night of NHL playoffs. I hope you join Parker and me for Canucks After Dark at 10, and then for my own show at 11, we will finish the CCC playoff bracket so I can submit it. Don't forget to join my pool as well, tinyurl.com/CCC 2023 pool. Thank you to my sponsors, Van Seat Experts Real Estate, Perform and Transform, Personal Training, Weight Loss. Thank you, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members as well. And thanks to all of you. Always appreciate you. Never take you for granted. Subscribe, like the video, leave a donation, become a member, upgrade your membership. Give me your 8 first-round predictions in the comments below. Have a great day. Have a great rest of the night. I hope to see you tonight for the show. Stay safe, stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. God bless, and go Canucks go.